You're welcome. You're welcome. Hello, everyone. Please share the video with your friends. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Share the video with your friends. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome. Olufumi yo, ma ba mi rekumo. Olufumi la, ma ṣe fi mi sílẹ̀ láíláí. Dúró tì mí o, Olufumi yo. Olufumi yo, ma ba mi rekumo. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Ma ṣe dúró tì mí o, Olufumi yo. Invite your friends. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to wherever you're watching me from. You're welcome. You're welcome. How you doing? Sonny Eric, are you there already? Hey. Hey, I'm so excited because it's going to be really interesting. We're going to be breaking tables. I come with hammer and nails. I'm sharing as well, so hopefully you guys are sharing. Please share. Ma ba miracle, Olufumi la ma ṣe, dúró tì mí o. Good evening, love. How you doing? Ma ba miracle, Olufumi la ma ṣe fi mí sílẹ̀ láíláí, dúró tì mí o. Sonny Eric, if you're in your house, just send me a message. Let me know you're there. Drop a comment on the comment box. And the song singing is from Style Plus. For those of you who, when I don't. Hello, Sonny Eric. Let me even bring you out already. Let's see. Let me bring you on already. So we're already there dancing together. Listen to the lyrics of this song because our topic today is based on this song. Hey, how you doing? That's good. Let me adjust my camera a bit. So, okay, I think that's much better. That's much better. Okay. Can you hear me very loud and clear? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, that's all. God standing there forever. My baby rescue, Olufumi la. My chef mi sílẹ̀ láíláí, dúró tì mí o, Olufumi yo. My baby, Olufumi la. My chef mi sílẹ̀ láíláí, dúró tì mí o, Olufumi yo. Okay, guys. Yes, for those of you, let me adjust my seat a bit. So you guys can see me very well. I hope you guys can see us clearly. So first of all, let me introduce my guest, and then I'm going to be telling you guys about the music that just finished playing. So my guest today is no other person, the one and only, the Cameroonian finest, Sonny Eric. He's a director, he's a writer, he's a motivational speaker, he's a relationship coach, he's a husband. He's my friend, he's a business partner. In fact, he's a cook. He cook well. And if you are doubting, ask his wife, Vicky. Vicky will tell you that her husband can cook. And when her husband cook, it doesn't matter what, in fact, any type of cooking you find, Sonny Eric can cook it. Is he cooking for African food? It's Sabiam. It's Sabiam. anyone, he's ready. So today we're going to be cooking something special, and that is on our topic. But before we start, let me quickly say this to all my viewers. If you're watching, you've not shared this video, please share this video, because there's also an interesting story in my inbox, and hopefully today we can settle that case, because they try to settle around since they come since last week, but we never settled the matter. And also, not only that, I'm going to be welcoming my new viewers. I see Good Heart Ophiela. I know she never watched me. I always watch her program, but she never watched me. But I'm happy you're here watching me today, Queen. I really appreciate you. Itwa Lillian, you're welcome. Every other person watching, please drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from so I can give you a special shout out. All right. And also, the song that just finished playing was from no other person but Style Plus. Back in the days, now that one they play love, they sing, boy go they like you, go say, let me sing for you, go bring flower like this. You see, but nowadays, love in Europe, another story. And that's why we're going to be talking about it today. We're going to break them down for Pidgin English, we're going to talk for English. And also, if you want contribute, you ask questions. Also understand, say the number to call on there, and I will repeat the number again at 003249 338-3118. Omar Ifs, I see you. How you doing? So to everyone watching, you're all welcome. We appreciate you. My name is JB Love, and I'm having a handsome, beautiful. If they say boy too fine, they'll call him beautiful. A beautiful, handsome man in my midst, and I'm going to be allowing him to introduce himself officially. So the floor is open to you, Mr. Sonny Eric. So introduce.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, JB. Thanks for having me on your show. It's JB on air. It's an honor, honestly. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. I'm really humbled, for being privileged to pass on your show. It's an immense blessing,
Thank you.
And I also want to appreciate the good work you've been doing to build our community. And as it stands, you are one of those people who really spreads the wings of knowledge to build a community. You're not only like focused about building Nigeria community, you're focused about building the African community, which I find very unique about you. And honestly, I must tell you, I really, really appreciate your good work and keep on with the good work. So like you said, I'm a writer, I'm a producer, I'm an actor, I'm also a motivational speaker, I'm also a relationship coach. And I am a pagan. I'm a pagan, so I should not say I'm a Christian. I'm a pagan.
You're a pagan. So, okay, I jot that one down. We'll come to that one later.
Yes, we have to tell things the way they are. So I'm also a Cameroonian by nationality, and I reside in Belgium. I speak English, I speak French, and I speak Dutch as well. In English, yeah. I'm also a married man with kids, and with married to a very beautiful wife of mine who is called Vicky.
The way you can't really share your wife, you can't put for there for the English. Like, I'm married to a very beautiful wife called Vicky. Marriage is very sweet too. Anyways, that's why I'm having you today on my platform, because I'm going to be asking you questions. We're going to be going real, like nothing to call the wife sweet. We will go on real deep, And that I know you're very honest when it comes to matters, you just put them there. You don't even mind whose feelings you're going to be hurting, but as long as you're saying the truth, you're hitting the nail on the head. That's what matters. And that's why we're going to be talking about the topic on ground today. And that topic is, why do Africans find it difficult to find a compatible partner here in diaspora? Especially when they're looking for somebody to settle down with. They've always find it difficult. Some of them, when you ask them, they'll tell you, I never find the person. Even when they're in a relationship with somebody, they'll tell you, I'm still doubting. Why do you think it's very, very difficult nowadays for people to find a compatible partner for marriage?
Yes, JB, honestly, I must say, I like the key word in your question. While the people find the key word here, and that's the word we're going to be dissecting today, and that's the word we'll be nailing on. And that's the word we'll be stressing on, and that's the word we are going to deliver today to bless some people out there. Well, yes. Why some people find it from my own experience as a motivational speaker, and also as a writer, and also as a relationship coach. and with what I have lived and with what I have experienced about relationships, I have conclusively realized that people find it difficult to find a partner with one big reason that are going to be detailed very soon, because they themselves find it difficult to find themselves. They themselves find it difficult to find themselves. You can only find somebody if you have found yourself.
Okay.
You can only find somebody if you have found yourself. So to an extent, people find it difficult to find people because one, they've not discovered themselves who they are. Like there's a case study, diaspora. We are talking about those abroad, finding it difficult to get partners abroad. Why? Because a lot of those left home. I will call it home because I don't want to list out countries. A lot of us left home for greener pastures. A lot of us left homes because we had problems, be it social problems, emotional problems, or marital problems, or political problems. But when we find ourselves abroad, we've been faced with challenges. And some of these challenges, they take us through a lot of rough roads. Some of them are smooth, some of them are rough. And these tend to retransform our identity and our thoughts and our knowledge about our values and about our identity, who we are. A lot of people, when they were back in Africa, the way they look at marriage, the way they look at relationship, or the way they manage their relationship is not the same way they are here now, the way they manage it, the way they look at it. There are certain factors, there are certain factors that do influence these choices, these decisions, this view, how they look at marriage and how they look themselves. Okay, for example,
let me cut you there for 1 minute, because every country, or I would say every African country, to be precise, have got their cultures and tradition. I'm a Nigerian, you are a Cameroonian. I believe when it comes to culture and traditions, that there's a slight difference when it comes to our cultures and our traditions, when it comes to marriage and that of your people. Now, let me quickly ask this one. When it comes to Cameroonians, how do men go after women in Cameroon now? And how do they approach these women for marriage when they want to, is it like, for instance, my culture, where I'm from, and I'm going to be using Edo State as a case study because I'm from Edo State. Normally, when a man finds a wife for a while, going on dates and all that, and then asks for her hand in marriage, and then he's been given a list of what to get, after seeing the family, and the family really accept the person in question, and then he goes back home to his family, and then they choose a date when they will come and pay those things. Now in Europe, or I would say in diaspora, is a different case study, in the sense that we Africans, majority of us, not everybody now, they just meet a girl, get her pregnant, they start living together, and then that is it. And when they start living together, it becomes very difficult for the man to go, to want to wife this woman, because to him, we're already living together, I've seen everything, so what's the use, what's the need? So even the woman will start disturbing the man to, like, my parents are complaining, you have to, go see my family or send your people to my family. Now, do you think it's right? And also in your culture, how is it done?
Well, it is not right, because by the tenets of what religion has put in place, by what God himself has put in place, that a man must get married someday, a woman must get married someday, which is very, very normal. But they've not said when a woman doesn't get married, it's a sin, or if a man doesn't end up getting married, it's a sin. But what we fail to understand, that marriage itself is a very, very complex institution. Marriage is a very complex institution. There are a lot of things that goes with marriage, which is beyond the physical, what you see in front of you or in that person. There is more to it. But there are two key words that floats in our minds when we want somebody to get married to us, or we want to get married to somebody. An African turn to, especially, I'll use the case of Cameroonians and other Africans because we have almost the same mentality. There is this word we call desire, and there is this word we call want.
Okay.
If you meet, there are most of the times women, when they meet a man, they complain. We have been dating for a very long time. Why are you not going to see my parents? Most of the times, what you may want as a woman is not the same thing that man wants. What you may desire as a woman or as a man is not the same thing that man desires or that woman desires. First, you have to look the point in common. But most of the times, what derails us about putting us on track, what concerns or what constitutes marriage, is always the big question. There are two types of relationships, and that is where you start getting signs. That is where you start getting those reawakening factors that can pull you or attract you to get married to somebody. There's what we call an ambitious relationship, and there's what we call a simple relationship. And
when you say simple, sorry to cut you, because I want us to take it step by step, because right now we're in the school, we're learning. So I don't want us to go faster than our students, or I would say viewers. So our viewers are actually our students. You're the professor now. I'm just a question now. So when you say ambitious and a simple relationship, so what would you mind explaining on that simple relationship?
Good. Okay. Before I can stress on the simple relationship, I will start with the ambitious, if you permit me. Okay. An ambitious relationship is a relationship where you find you are with somebody in that relationship, both of you are in the same lane of context of what you want or either you desire. And this is the first thing you have to identify to fuel your life projects, your dreams with that person. And an ambitious relationship, there is what we call achievement. There's what we call what you gain. There's what we call what comes on the table. Most of the times in an ambitious relationship, from the first date you meet a man, the second week you date that person, the 1 month, the 2 months, the 6 months. In an ambitious relationship, everything is visible. An ambitious relationship, you must not achieve only financial things. There are also moral achievements. There are also physical achievements. There are also spiritual achievements. When you are with somebody in a relationship, from the first date, when you go on a date to that person, you exchange, which usually doesn't happen with Africans. We usually don't go on dates. No, we meet in clubs, stuffs. We don't go on dates. These are things, these are ethical things in relationship. You have to get to know somebody. In an ambitious relationship, from the first day, you can already tell if it's an ambitious relationship. When you separate with that person after that date, if you go home, if you can count the things, the positive things you have achieved from meeting that person, it must not be money. Maybe that guy is somebody who talks, you see future. Maybe that guy is somebody who talks, it brings you back in your way of reasoning. Maybe that guy is somebody who's talk, is somebody who's closer to God. You have achieved these things talking to that person. It's already a positive sign. You are in that relationship for 6 months. What have you achieved? What has that person changed you into from a good angle? What have you achieved? Has that person helped you save money? Has that person brought you close to your family? Has that person made you cut away bad friends? Has that person make you that type of loud person, shouting person, always being in problems? Had that person reduced all those things? All those things are achievement. If you are a man, you used to drink a lot. You used to go to club, you follow women a lot, but you're with a girl now, you see yourself reducing those things. Those are ambitious relationships. At that juncture, both of you want the same thing. And it's but obvious that no soothsayer will tell you this is your partner, because the more you pluck on days, weeks, years together, you keep achieving things. No man would like to let such a woman pass him by. No man would like to let such a man pass him by. In an ambitious relationship, there are projects. If you're in a relationship with somebody, there is a 1-year project you must put on the table. There is a 3-year project, there's a 4 years project, it's a 6 years project. And what you do, women being vulnerable, any mature and sensible person will always give the upper hand to start realizing a woman's project. Yeah, we have our sisters here, they work the money, but they don't have that person to lure them in doing carry-on projects, to bring them in that ambitious relationship context, where before each year, they say, okay, baby, yes, your girlfriend will tell you, or your fiance, my mother's roof is really, really bad. The man also has a problem. He will tell, okay, let's focus and solve your mother's problem. And after that, we tackle my problem. I want to bring my junior brother to Europe. You put hands together, you bring the junior brother. On the next project, you put hands together, you bring the other person. These are ambitious activities. You already start identifying a husband in a relationship. You start identifying a wife in a relationship because you keep achieving things.
Can I cut you? Can I cut you there? Because continue, I might forget to ask the question I want to ask. We're talking about ambitious relationship right now, and everything you've been saying, you're doing well, fantabulous, right? But everything I'm hearing is just like partnering in a relationship. I've not heard the love angle, the romance, peace of mind, the understanding. I'm hearing about the business angle, what both of you stand to get. Of course, ambitious, meaning you stand to get something, but you're not talking about the. I've not heard about the future plans for you and this person, not about every other outsider now, but between you and this person, what you guys want to do, how many children you want to have, when people want to get married, what's yeah. I've not, or maybe I'm fast forwarding, but I've been hearing business.
It's still on that angle of ambitious relationship, because it takes a woman who is in love, who will have peace of mind to be able to realize certain things in projects in the relationship. It takes a man who enjoys that relationship, who feels love, who enjoys that love, to be able to realize certain things in the relationship. If your mind is not stable, if you don't feel loved, it will be impossible for you to give in to a man to advise you on what to do. So you don't expect, we cannot really go too basic on talking how when they're in a relationship, they have to make love move. But we know when people are in a relationship, they make love. So we just have to like take it secondary without going too basic. Then we know with all these projects coming along, both parties are enjoying love. And most of the times, when the thing becomes so progressive, that is when you see a man becomes conscious of the fact that if this woman can bring me all this joy, all this love, the thoughts of keeping this woman now as the wife, making her the wife, comes automatically. It's not something you program. It comes automatically because there is no man who will let go of a good woman. There is no woman who will let go of a good husband. So that is where you see plans start coming. It has to be first commitment. After commitment, project. After project, between commitment and project, there is trust. Trust comes in, love comes in, then projects follow. After project, then marriage and other things comes in. It's a whole trio. Then the simple relationship now, 85% of our African brothers and sisters in the diaspora, they are involved in simple relationship unconsciously. They don't know. What did they do? I get my guy get me, I just they visit me, we just they make love, we they go shopping, we they go club, and they cook and make bar, cook and pounded yam, you know, birthday they be post me for Facebook. If mama can get small, I can send her money. But see, papa, I take and go hospital based on projectless. At that angle, they live on a daily routine of a love cycle.
No future plan, just
no future plan. It's obvious. The bridge is not being built. They love themselves, no doubt. That is why you see in an ambitious relationship, woman way don't be so ambitious relationship. When they separate with man, the separation they pay now. Because you know, say it don't take something common for that relationship. That is why you see most women, when they're out of a relationship, they are always in good relationship with that ex because they know what they've achieved. It did not work. It doesn't mean that they do not achieve. When
okay, let me ask you one question. What if you are in a relationship with somebody and to you, you thought it was, like you put it, an ambitious relationship, but to the other person, it's just your, maybe you are a man or a woman who is well to do, you are accomplished, you're settled in your own field, and this person approach you and you think, okay, this is love, this is a future partner, you guys are going and going, and to you, like, you, everything you're planning is we, why he or she is planning I. And then later on you find out that actually is not actually what this person was telling you. How are you supposed to react, and what are you supposed to do, and how do you even know that the person is real with you and not that the person is coming to fake it, like what is happening in diaspora? In diaspora, or I would say, let me say Europe, because I live in Europe, but we're talking generally in diaspora, a lot of people are in a relationship whereby they stand to profit, either financially or getting paper or something else. There's always something they stand to achieve, not the love aspect, not the future plans, but just that particular moment why I stand to gain. In that aspect, how do you react and how do you know?
Yes. What has to do with committed relationship that will lead to marriage, there is no vocabulary in the love context or a love dictionary that has to do with think. Because when you put your position in where you think, you are not guiding yourself to see the right things. When you are in a committed relationship and involved in an ambitious journey with another person, you see and you feel. Those are the words that lures you. Those are the words that takes you to the next level. What you see, what you feel, is not what you think. At times, what you think might be just some external influences, which will come on it later. Most of the time, when you think, you are being influenced either from the community, either you're influenced from your family, either you have pressure from your age, either you're influenced by your social orientation about what is marriage all about, or what you experience as a child about marriage from how your parents or your mother, what your mother or what your parents experience. So some of this thinking are external factors that influence. But if you put yourself in the position where you think a lot in a relationship, you're putting yourself in a very, very dangerous lane. What you ought to put your eyes on is what you see and what you feel.
Barrister Ellis, you're welcome. Good evening to you.
Yeah, when you focus on what you think, it's difficult for you to realize what you're feeling for that person. It's difficult for you to see what that person is putting on the table or the sacrifices the person is bringing in that relationship that might take both of you to the same level. This is very common in the diaspora. We have a lot of our brothers, they put in a lot to define the type of relationship they are. But the women then tend to see, in the case of where the boy not get paper, the woman I suppose na get paper. The woman know they see what the guy they bring. In they feel, they try to understand what they feel from what the guy they do. But in they think, think. It keeps you completely out of those treasures, those values, those good things about that can guide you to see a potential, to see some potentials in the man who is standing in front of you as a potential husband, because you are thinking. And some of this thinking, because people they talk say, maybe that guy no will marry her. You are now thinking of what people say, taking it to judge your relationship. The church where you did, if it date that guy, never marry her. What people say from the church is the thing. Maybe you're 45 years, you have pressure. Are they 45? This guy never married me. It make you they think. But that guy or that woman, it show you love. There's something he brings in. And there's something he puts down that you can feel, but you tend to ignore because you want to think. And this is a major problem. But before I continue, I'd like to also clear on the simple relationship I was.
Wait, sorry, Mr. Sonny, wait, hold on. Let's take it step by step. But before that, let me quickly read some messages. So, Mr. Austin is saying a lot of people are messed up, bro. We all need to fix ourselves before anything else. And there's also another comment from Ungole Sonny. He's saying that honestly, it's very easy to find someone to marry if you know the qualities you want in your partner. Okay, we'll come to that. And then also the mayor is saying, sir, don't you think it is wise for a couple to fix themselves up first before fixing their family members? I've seen some couples who broke up after the guy assisted their wives to be families. Now, that being said, I'm going for those of you who are just joining, please don't forget we have a studio number to call on, and the number is 003249-338-3118. And also, if you've not shared this video you're watching, please share the video. Now, back to you, Mr. Sonny. You're talking about ambitious, talking about how to know your partner, your future partner, and all this stuff. Let me give you a story. Okay, so when I brought it out that I was going to be having you as my guest, a Cameroonian lady inboxed me. Maybe she know you because I've never chatted with her before, so definitely she should be one of your fans. Okay, she said she gave me a story, and I posted some. I was putting hints out there. A lot of people were reacting like, "What is going on?" Okay, this lady has been in a relationship for 3 years with this guy. Prior to meeting this guy loves dating older women. When I say older women, I mean old women, not like 45 years or 50 years, but old women when their teeth don't fall more from mouth. For what reason? The remote is there. For what reason? I don't know, right? And then he met this lady. He fell in love, I believe. And now they are engaged to be married. All of a sudden, he sat her down recently and told her that for her to, for him to be faithful to, I'm going to pin the number down there just a minute. For him to be able to be faithful in future to her, she has to go to the dentist, remove all her teeth, and get a fake one. Are you listening? Are you getting me? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
She has to remove all her teeth and get a fake one because that is how he gets turned on in the other room when they are, visiting the periwinkle yard. And now she's asking me, is she supposed to do such, to prove that she really loves this guy because she really, really loves him and she's ready to do anything for this guy. But now this guy is giving her a reason why they can be married or not get married at all. So she's asking me, is she going to go ahead or she should just move on? I told her, I don't know, but I'll bring it up, since you are a marriage counselor as well. So maybe you can talk on this. Now, talking about this one, I believe while they were dating, the first 3 years while they were dating for the engagement, she must have thought this is the right one. This is the perfect one. Maybe they've done things together. They've got businesses together, whatever it is they've done together. And then he engaged her, asked her, will you marry me? And she said, yes, happily. And now comes the remove your teeth. Now, what would you say? Because you said something earlier on about humility, being simple and all this stuff. Do you think this lady should go ahead and do it just to show she's humble, she's ready, and she's not listening to side talks and to make her, look humble to this man? Do you think she should go ahead? And what is your thought on that? And for such a guy, what advice will you give?
Yes, my thought on that is just very simple. The handwritings are very clear on the wall, JB, because there is something about Africans we don't really like to talk about a lot. You understand? And if I'm correct, you said from the beginning the guy before he met the girl, he used to date older women. And some of these older women do not even have teeth in their mouth, and that what turns So the issue here is that we are all human beings. JB, wait till they sweet you when they do your thing. Not wait till they sweet me.
True.
Wait till the way you fit take see in a man, we go turn you on. Not wait till another woman go turn you on. Everybody has his own fantasies. We Africans, this is one part of the love life, the relationship life, the sexual life we tend to ignore and we don't pay attention to it. This guy, when you meet, before I address the issue, I would like to throw some light on something. When you meet somebody, when you date two man, and when I don't take the relationship for like intimate, before you start even enjoy yourself as a man, there is something you need to try to identify in that woman where you did touch and where it is sweeter. Because that is what will be your pin code. Good. That is what will be your pin code all through your sexual life with that person. Because you need to always touch that place. Make she come. There's also a place for the man you need to find out. And a lot of we tend to not, we don't pay attention on these things. As only thing that they cause problem later. This guy get a fantasy. And when you don't meet such a person, when you meet somebody, try to find out what's the fantasy of this person. If it's a fantasy you can handle, stay for the relationship. Before it gets serious or before you commit, exit. And when you put such a procedure around your sexual life or with the people you meet, it will be difficult for you to always find yourself in a situation like this sister is finding herself. She met the guy. The guy used to date older women. You don't need a babalawo to tell you that this guy, wait till they turn her on. He fantasy with women. Desiring old women doesn't mean he wants them. He can desire these women without it, but he wants her for a wife. And how
he's giving her reasons why they can marry and why they cannot marry.
That's what I'm telling you. And she has to know now, this my partner, this my husband to be, this is what turns him on. Is for her now to see if she can combine the fantasy of a guy with the teeth issue and with what she's feeling to the guy. If she cannot handle it, she should not. The guy, what about her? To always try to put yourself in the position where if you're trying to please somebody, are you being pleased in return that you're pleasing the person? And this is just a problem with a lot of women in the diaspora. We go extra miles, even our brothers. Some people, they go extra miles for please their partner, but they need to get in return. I'll give a very simple example. We get women out there that they like me, that they soft them. I'll be sorry to use this word.
I bet Oga Sonny, wait, you know, we talk on the way be we talk on raw, but at the same time we get codes for Jeremy platform. And I believe maybe you never listen to my teachings where they teach about sexual stuff. So when you talk about suck them, instead of using that one, suck them like that, you know, to make them special, we'll talk and say open the Galilee gate.
Open the Galilee gate, oh yeah.
Sweep the compound. Why for man, the thing down there, now they call Jericho.
Jericho.
And then when they work on do together, now they call climbing of the mountain.
Okay.
So now you talk about the washing of and cleaning of the
we get our sisters out there with their fantasy. They will want you for sweep the Galilee gate, even use vacuum cleaner to take sweep the Galilee gate. But when you tell them, say, okay, open the walls of Jericho, they will not want. There is a little selfishness. So we always have to look, how can you combine the person you are with? If the person has a fantasy with the relationship, can you cope with this? Can you go on with this? If you can, put yourself in a position. And if you can I be doing this, pleasing this person and pleasing myself in return? It has to do with you as well. It has to do with you as well. So my advice I have for the sister, it's all her decision, but she has to consider herself in the act of pleasing that person. If her pleasing that person is making her happy, or if she pleases herself at the same time pleasing the person, then it's fine. But if she thinks that what the person is asking is to please the person and she gets nothing in return, then I will tell her it's a very, very wrong relationship. Because if she doesn't do it, that person will always, even if they are married, he will still go out there and look for somebody who can do that for him.
Thank you so much. So my next question is going to be, why is it difficult for most men to identify a wife in a girlfriend and vice versa? Like, why is it also difficult for most women to identify a husband in dating a boyfriend?
In every, there are wives among women and there are husbands among men. Not everybody when they wear pants, trousers out there now husband. Or not everyone when they wear skirts, now wife. You understand? But the problem is, for you to be able to identify a wife in a woman, you have to first identify yourself as a husband.
Oh wow. Okay. In fact, I clap for you first. Wait, hold on. That one enter. And then hold on, make a night out. Repeat them again.
For you to be able to identify a wife in a woman, you have to first identify the husband in you. Now spirit is his spirit now. Now human being is human
exactly.
being.
Not true.
You cannot be a husband and you expect yourself, you cannot see a husband in you and you expect yourself to see a wife in a woman.
Yes.
And when you see yourself, when you already see the husband in you, there are qualities that go in line with the values of a husband on the woman's side that will attract you in that woman. Unless you are a husband, those qualities will attract you. Unless you are. That is why you see a lot of some women out there, the way they mold themselves, the way they prepare themselves, psychologically, mentally, spiritually, they are ready for marriage. That is why you go see one sister where you not fine. You find boy, you get money, you get a good job, you go toast them. You go tell your brother, I'm sorry, I cannot date you. Not be say that sister too much, no. She has realized and she has recognized, she has identified the wife in her. That is why what she sees in you is not a husband. She sees a boy. But when she meets a man and sees a husband in that man, then she will give in. So most of the time, a woman will tell you touch woman, you say, I don't want you. Not because you're not too fine, no. Or you not reach her level, no. Not because she's not seeing that husband or he is not seeing that wife in you. Our brothers, the way they date women, they will date you 5 years. But then they see the wife in you. What's the point?
Okay, let's pause there for 1 minute now. Let's pause there for 1 minute for what you just said now. That all those brothers who, guys who date, I won't call them brothers because they are brothers, they'll use their sense. Now, all those men who promise a woman, a long, I'll marry you, but I'm not ready yet. But deep down, they're not really seeing you as a wife material. I don't even know what year they used to measure it. And then after 5 years, you just surprised, they'll just meet somebody 2 months, 3 months, and then they're married. Why is this so with men? And what are the things women are doing that is making these men to like back off, like, okay, I'm going to just have her as my girlfriend, but not a wife material?
JB, I'll give you a very simple example. When you cook stew for your house, the flavor of that stew, where they go neighbors, now you go tell neighbor what you cook in your house, if it's good or not.
True.
The aroma of the food you cook is what determines what you're cooking in your house, if it's good or not. If you cook food will not good, where they smell bad, neighbors will know it's a bad food. It's a woman's responsibility to build herself, to prepare herself, to get herself ready for a man to come and exploit and enjoy the wife in her. The way you carry yourself, the way you put yourself out there, that's how people look at you. For a man to see a wife in you, you have to put yourself out there as a wife. It's not a man's job to come inside your life, they search like in the days that they look for gold. No, that is not a man's job. And most of the times, our sisters, they stay 8 years in relationship, 5 years. The guy now, you go there, they show and wife materials inside you. He will not come inside your soul and start searching to find. No, you have to put it out there for him to see. You qualify yourself. A man doesn't qualify you. The way you put yourself out, that's what a man sees in you. And if you don't put it out there, he will not see. And this is what a lot of our sisters, they don't know how to project. You'll see some women. I know it will shock you. We have some of our sisters in our community or brothers. They are quiet, they are calm, they are hardworking, they are very, very composed. But no man, they marry them. They don't understand. Why? At this junction, who did they accuse? They accuse all those old people for village. Waiting not in their mouth. They say witchcraft. Now my uncle don't tie my star. My stepmother don't block my lucky. Now my friend don't take my plan. Then I need a girl husband. No. Now you never put yourself out there as a wife where a man come for come marry.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Eric. Before we go to the next question, let me quickly say this: the number is pinned there, so you can call in. The lines are officially open, so you can call in to give your contribution or to ask a question to my guest, Mr. Sonny. You said something about most women, being with a guy for 8-9 years, but yeah, they don't show their wife material and all that. What is wife material? What is the things about, what are the qualities of a wife in a girlfriend that she's supposed to show out there to a man? Because sometimes you see some girls will tell you, especially those girls who are going through heartbreak, they'll tell you, I've been with this guy for like 10 years. We even stayed together. We did everything together. You know, I was kind to, maybe he was even sick. I was there. When he was in his lowest, I was there to help him rise up again. But at the end of the day, after 10 years, he now says, I'm not the one. So what was it the girl did wrong? Are you telling me now that for that 10 years, she didn't show that she got the wife material? And what is wife material? Is it, because some girls will tell you sex, use sex to hold on. Is it sex? Okay,
No.
say you character. What is the characteristics? What character are you talking about? Is it like lie down for him to climb on you, or eat his shit, or be a slave to him that will make him see that you are a wife material? Because don't also forget, people can pretend. For a man and for a woman, it goes the same way. A man can pretend to be the one. Let's pick this call, then we'll come back to that question, all right?
Okay.
Hello, caller. Please reduce what you're listening to us with so we can hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good evening to you.
Okay. Yeah, good evening. My name is Prince Eju. I'm calling from Hamburg, Germany.
Wow, one of the finest OAP in Germany Heritage Radio. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you so much. And a special good evening to your guest.
Good evening, brother.
I love his analysis. And I just want to quickly make one or two contributions to the topic on the table tonight. First of all, in diaspora here, there's always this premeditated intentions when people go into relationships. It's from both sides, either the man or the woman. There's always this premeditated intentions where you hear people like, oh, maybe she has papers, the guy doesn't have papers. The next thing you're going to be hearing from people is, oh, it's because of paper, now because of paper, now you want to marry a move, and because of paper, they start to put some funny ideas into the woman's head. It could be right, it could be wrong, but there's always this premeditated notion by people around. Or the guy has paper, she doesn't have paper. Now because of paper, if you don't collect paper, it will change you. If you don't collect paper, it will change you. We Africans, first of all, have to come off that notion. We have to remove that thing first of all, because in every relationship, take it or leave it, there's something you gain or there's something you lose. That's the truth.
Okay.
In every relationship, there's something you gain, there's something you lose. Something you gain in the sense that when I date somebody who is already documented, it's natural for me to become documented through that relationship. But that is not the intention, or that might not, because this thing varies from individuals to individuals.
Exactly.
That might not be the intention of the person. But because of a general norms amongst we Africans in the diaspora here now, or because, oh, I'm talking from example, it happens to me. It happened to me. That's why I'm able to make a very good contribution in this thing. My wife was German before we got married. She was German. I wasn't German. I relocated from Spain after studies and everything to Germany. Oh, now paper, you want to collect German paper, if you collect German paper, you go wrong, no, blah, 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 this and this. And I was just looking at, she had this very close friend who was really hitting it on her. And somewhere along the line, she started acting a little bit funny. So one day I called her, we sat down. I said, if they send a paper, let's remove paper from this marriage.
Yes.
Don't do anything for me in terms of documents. I will go about it myself. It might take time. But what I found in you is not paper. And I made her understand that, look, see this paper everybody is talking about. When we all were coming from Africa, we came here with visas.
Yes.
And that was it. And somehow, somewhere, everybody got regulated. And I said, and I made one statement, I said, look, you see, society, we made people here in this society, people own it. The citizens are the ones that gave it to us Africans when we came here. When you meet a white woman, the last thing a white woman wants to think, first of all, is, oh, it's because of paper, he's dating me.
Mm.
That's the last thing she wants to think. But because we Africans, we have this kind of mentality, and because a lot of people have also used it.
Exactly, I was going to say that. Don't also forget that, you know, sorry to cut you, please. You know, don't also forget that for people to react the way they react is because they must have been victims. You know, they must have loved and then they got hurt.
They might not have been victims, but they would have seen things happen to people around them.
Yes.
Which I concur to. Like I said, that's why I use the word. There's a lot of premeditated intentions, which varies from individual to individuals. Because our people have this, we have this mindset that, oh, there's always something he wants, or there's always something she wants. Then you made a mention of a guy just now when you were talking to your guest.
Yes.
Of somebody who called you, told the lady to go and take off the teeth and something like that. Like your guest rightly said, that is a pointer.
A pointer. What are we pointing? Are we pointing fish? Is it point and kill?
The lady should know. No, that's a pointer to the lady that is a no-no. She should walk away while she can.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Hold on. Let me quickly write it down. I'm going to be asking my guest what you just said. You know, you said a pointer and is a walk away thing. She should walk away while she can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, while she can.
Okay.
While she can. Because let me tell you the truth. There's something they call diminishing return. It steps in, whether you like it or not. When the lady does that for him, he gets to a point. He will no longer fancy it. He wants something new.
Exactly. Maybe ahead on a platter of gold. All right.
That is the truth.
Thank you.
He wants something new. And before you know, he starts looking outside. You know, these are my very few contributions.
Thank you
now.
so
I
much.
want to keep listening and follow.
JB, I have a question for that brother before you go.
Thanks so
If
much.
you don't mind.
Thank you so much. Okay.
JB,
So Mr. Eric, back to you. He said something. That is Prince Ijo. He's a radio host, one of the finest OAP in Heritage Radio, 96.0 in Germany, Hamburg, if I'm not mistaken. So he said something about points, and I was wondering if it's point and kill, like when you point fish, taking that fish. So is this guy trying to kill this woman by pointing her, like telling her to go remove all her teeth and get a fake one just because he likes his periwinkle to be soft, and that's why the first said chuku there. You understand? So now Prince Ijo said she should walk away. What? Because you said something earlier, you didn't say walk away. You said she should think about it if it's what she wants, if she can handle it. So are you in accord with what Mr. Ijo just said?
At a certain point, no. To an extent, no. Because
why?
What has to do with marriage or serious relationship is there are things we should handle with extreme caution. Most of the times, walking away is not the solution to the problem.
Okay.
But being there, try to look for a remedy, try to look for a solution. Like
in this situation, what would be the remedy and the solution?
Like I said before, if she can handle it, like I, for one, I've been counseling people. There are situations you will never advise somebody to leave from that relationship because you don't know if that person is going to be worse. Because the question we don't ask most of the times when people put out problems they face in their relationship or the challenge they're having is, what have you done on this issue? These are the things we don't ask. Because when we put in front these questions, it will guide us to easily advise that person or caution that person. But most of the times, when the person opens up to us, we like African, we tend to judge. Why you go talk like that? Leave them. You're not correct. You're not supposed to do them. But ask the person, the wait, are you feeling comfortable doing this? Are you feeling comfortable doing this? Can you manage it? Does he love you? Even by the fact that he's asking this, but does he love you? Yes. If he loves you, can you manage it? By asking that question, you are putting that person, that victim, that concern with a scale of preference of answers. There are things you will wish to advise somebody to do, but always put the person on face-to-face the reality and options that she is the one to decide. Because you can tell her, the guy can be a very nice guy, but that's a fantasy, and she can still work something out of this. If she has opportunity for somebody to put out those realities in front for her to choose. But most of the time we tell them, don't do it, go. No. For
Okay,
me,
let me reverse the question. If it happens to be your blood sister, and your sister came to you and told you, bros, see, my guy of 3 years is telling me that, he just proposed to me, and now he's telling me that for me to show I love him so much and for him to be faithful to me, I have to remove all my teeth and get a fake one. So every time I'm going out, I fix my fake one. When I'm home with him, making love to him, because I want to play with his Jericho, I have to remove it and use that. What advice will you give to your sister? Now, don't advise based on we're talking as a guest, but give an advice to your sister, your own immediate younger sister. What advice will you give to her? Now, talk like a brother, not as a guest.
Yeah, it will be just a question. Do you love him? My advice to her will be, do you love him? I will not tell her, leave, stay, or whatsoever. I'll just ask him, do you love him? If she tells me yes or no, I say, okay. By the time there are some answers we give people that brings a lot of bear from different doors of response or solutions in our heads. You can be in an abusive relationship. There are some friends, they will see your boyfriend or your girlfriend is abusing you. They don't want to say something that will be the spoil your marriage. They will tell you, how are you coping with this? Can you deal with it? Or how are you managing? They don't say much. Do you still love
Let
me?
me give you another instance. 2, 3, or 4 weeks ago, I talked about a lady who inboxed me. She's pregnant. She's married to this guy. They've got 3 kids together. And then she's done more than 3 abortions for her husband while being married, not before marriage now. The first time she took in, the man said, remove it. She did. Second time, remove it. She did. And after that, they went to a gynecologist. She got this the spiral, the coil inside of her. Family planning. But then the same man was complaining that the thing they took him if they make love to his wife. And also on her own part, she was bleeding heavily. And the gynecologist have to remove that coil and put her on pills. Now, after taking pills for a while, now she just found out she was pregnant again. And then she told the man, her husband, that she's pregnant. And the man, the reason why she's coming out, not because don't forget the first one, second time, she did it without even complaining. But this time around, the man is telling her, you have to remove it. And she's saying, I'll not remove anything. You want to kill me? Like, do you know how the pains I go through every time? And now the man is telling her, you either choose, you remove that thing, or you leave the marriage, you kiss the marriage, bye-bye. Yeah. And then she sent a message to me. I was really bitter. I was so angry. I was like, are you for real? A lot of guys date and then they do these things, and then your own husband that paid money on your head is.
I'm sorry to go. Why are you bitter? Why are you bitter?
No, hold on. I was bitter as a woman. I was bitter not because of the situation in question, but the fact that they're killing babies, in the sense that, don't forget my platform, we've got a lot of women. If you follow me very well, you know my major prayer point is always for barren women. Yeah. Women, and God has been answering us on this platform. People who were caught barren, God bless them with children after we've prayed and everything. So I know a lot of women who are seeking for the fruit of the womb, praying desperately for it, and then somebody else is being blessed without even asking for it, and her husband is telling her to terminate. And now the last one, the man told her very plain, choose between that thing and the marriage. If you want to keep it, then kiss the marriage goodbye. If you want the marriage, then move that thing. And she cried him that she can't anymore. Her body is not like before, and she's so scared. She don't know what to do. Out on my own, I was really worried for her. So now back to the question on ground. What advice will you give to this woman? If this woman was your sister, would you say, do you love her? Do you love him? Okay, your decision to make and all that. What would you say?
Yeah. JB, let me tell you something, and this is just our problem. We will never build our fellow brothers or sisters based on counseling them with emotions. We, Africa, will have the tendency of hiding the truth from people when we advise them, just because we don't want to hurt them.
Please hold it. Let's pick this call. I think a lot of people are getting angry already. Okay. Hello, caller. Good evening to you. You're on JB Love Live. It's JB on air. So, what's your name, please, and where are you calling from? Mr. Austin, calling from Italy. Please, increase the volume so we can hear you very well.
please tell my friend Sonny to smile, please.
Mr. Sonny, they say you should smile.
Oh.
He's smiling now.
Sorry, my brother. Sorry, man. Sorry, oh.
There's one thing we not do properly for most of us in Europe. I would say for a person like me, most of the people we have here in Europe are messed up.
A lot of people are not hearing you. They said they're not ready. Please, volume.
Okay.
Don't talk with bedroom voice. Talk with your, your mantra voice.
Okay. I said most of the people we have here in Europe, especially most of the guys also, they are messed up. That's the reason why a lot of these issues, a lot of these things here are not working. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
You understand? Imagine a full-grown man that is not sick. He will open his mouth and tell the woman that he loves to abort a baby 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and you think that man is normal. You understand?
Yes.
The challenge that most times sit down to look within themselves that some of them are not the main problem. They should fix themselves and start attracting some of these men, because most of them, no matter what you do, if a man tells you to remove your teeth, he gives that condition before marriage. The man that you are going to change your name for,
Tracy, write
the man that
please.
you are going to lose your entire, even your freedom, lose everything for, is giving you that kind of condition. Don't you think that is not the end of it? See, most times I don't know why. The major challenge we're having is that most women are rather looking for love, rather than looking for the one that loves them. You see, when it comes to women, a man naturally, one thing that when a man sees a future with a woman and he genuinely loves that woman, he has moved to even know, because the main challenge is that most of these men do not even really know what they need, because most of them are not really able to discover themselves, their vision for life, the path they want to tour and they want to go in life. When they just see a woman because she's beautiful or because she has money or because she has papers or because of it, they just jump into it and begin to give her, so that they will not allow any man to give to their sister or their daughter. They will be giving to another man's daughter, another person's sister. It's annoying. Sometimes when I see, that's why you see a lot of them, this Europe today, they have children everywhere. You see women working everywhere with children. The men are not present. They are just walking, traveling up and down the cities. It is nothing.
Yes.
So when I see that, I begin to ask myself, is it that we don't have men who still have sense, or men who are normal, or just like where I've seen a lot of people, even some of them who have even gotten to the level where they are pastors. Even if you have any issue, you have a child, they neglect it, because the problem are not most of these ladies, or the problem are most of these men. See, because before a man, most time we don't know when God was creating everything on planet Earth. He created the man. He gave the man a job. He gave the man a vision before he created the woman.
Yes.
When you as the man be able to discover yourself and everything about you, picking a woman is the most easiest thing on planet Earth.
Yes.
It is the height of abuse for a woman to keep, for a man to keep a woman in a relationship for more than a year and 2 years.
That is, in fact, release our guests and let them go. That is home prison.
You understand? It is the height of abuse. That's witchcraft. That's the money. That's the panic. For a woman you don't want to marry, you keep a relationship for more than 1 year, 2 years. That man is a witch. He's not human being. Because totally, sincerely, you know a woman has limited time. Women have their own period. Unlike you as a man who can decide wake up at 50 and say you want to marry. Let me
cut you there for 1 minute. Maybe you didn't know. You didn't see my post from last week. Men do see their period too. I don't know if you know that.
I know man see it. I know men see their period. But a man at 50, he still has the open choices.
That's true.
But do you know, when a woman gets to the level of 35, 40 and all that, even some of these men will start, especially some of them who do not really have the they don't really know what they want. They begin to think she's too old. I can't do this,
exactly.
I can't do that. And especially for we Africans. That's why you see an African man. See, there's something wrong with our African men. An African man who can marry and will go woman of 60 years. He doesn't have problem with everyone the woman has.
But cannot get married to a 60-year-old African woman.
Oh,
you have touched me, please. Hold on first, Mr. Austin. Hold on, let me pray. All the men, raise up your hands, including you, Mr. Sonny. Raise up your hand. In fact, you when they talk, so Mr. Austin, raise up your hand. Let's pray. Let's pray. I know you have Mr. Sonny, but no, let's make this prayer. Any man that would date and marry a sister but refuse to marry and date a sister African, Father King of Glory, give and sense. Updated version, refuse to take them. Hey! I'm the destiny for you, Tree.
I disagree with your prayer.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Continue.
Because sometimes when I look at it, I need to ask myself that what is really wrong with our men naturally? Because the truth is, you know why we're having issues with even women that they are saying it's not good. Most of these women are not wife material and all that. Go and look at it. A woman naturally was created and was put under the authority of a man to nurture her, to love her, to teach her the path to go. But now you see any woman that is messed up, don't blame anybody too much. Blame the man who put her in that condition. Because naturally, when somebody was built to flow and survive under the atmosphere of love and affection, now she's now behaving the opposite. You know that somebody has sown that seed in her. If you know you don't have the patience or everything to stay with her to feed her for yourself, don't just go there to worsen everything for her. Because when you go in and she starts opening up and you go out again, you've worsened everything for another man that will come in. Most times I have time to talk to a lot of men. If you really don't have any interest in marrying that gentle lady, no matter how bad or how good you think she is, when you just try, just run away. Just let her be. Because the challenge is that when you now see a genuine man who is interested in her genuinely, it becomes a problem. So that's the reason why you are seeing we are having more challenges. Why there are a lot of ladies who later saw men that genuinely love them. But because of what they've been through, they could not open up. Because they start seeing, you know, when something there's once beating, twice shy. When something has happened more than once or twice, the lady will become totally white. If you see, look down within some ladies when you talk to them. If you look beyond, if you look within them and look beyond that their facial thing that they are showing, trying to be tough, you see a very calm and beautiful, gentle lady that is just seeking for somebody who genuinely listen to her and be present in her life. But she just trying to show her that somebody so much of those things to her. Every woman wants something, wants that thing, somebody who will stay put. But what do we have? We have a lot of men, especially in the diaspora here, who feels that they are doing the woman a favor when they are dating or even marrying them. That's where the issue is. And a lot of them also, how can a man with his right senses, do you know, let me tell you, do you know no responsible man will want somebody to keep his daughter in his house for years without paying the bride price? They might not ask, how do you as a man who go pay somebody's daughter without following through the due process? You will knock her for us, give her belly. Like a day, there's a where I went to 2 years ago when they called me to minister in the program. When I was to the brother walked up to me, as if I said before the program. I was shocked when the brother, after 3 children, the woman had it with him and they've been over 5 years together. He was saying, I wish, because I said the word, if you know your woman is with you at home and you don't pay the bride price, you are a kidnapper. And the blessings of God can come upon you. You go and do it fast. Before you know, the man came to me, sir, if the woman was good, I would have gone to see her family and blah, blah. And something struck me.
Wow.
If a woman has stayed with you for more than 5 years, 3 children for you, and she's still with you,
and she's
house,
still not good.
She cooks for you.
That man receives sense. So before you would, in fact, God don't leave you. God don't. In fact, God have left him. That kind of man, you know. If I updated sense, you don't get. Even if you get brain, what you update the sense. Eh? Anyways, Mr. Austin, do you see that with him? Wow, we need to pray for that woman. May that woman receive sense because she never gets on.
You saw the post on your, I think on one of your business on Negro and say, come. It is every time most women stop all this cooking, washing for most of these men. But they don't deserve it. If you don't, most of these men are most of them who later ended up at the end of the day to marry most of these women. They married them because of
what they can do. For they are not slaves. Anyways,
not because these women, not because they really want. See, most of them just marry here in Europe, not because they really want a wife. They just marry because the woman is domesticated. They can do what they and all that. If you sit most men down and tell them, just come, sir, what do you need in the woman? So you are looking for your wife. What do you need in the woman? You see, he can wash, he can do it. They are telling you what they know that.
What happened to washing machine?
They are looking for those women, those our great grandmother who were slave to their husband, no woman who will be a partner to her husband. If you even ask them, you want a woman, what's your vision? You want the woman to come and support. And that's why a lot of women are so frustrated. Like you now, you need to discover yourself. You are an ambitious woman. You now marry a man without ambition.
Hey! No future ambition, far from me. In Jesus' name, in fact, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. That kind of person. Mr. Austin, if I let you talk, Mr. Austin, if I let you talk, and you'll talk the next 2 hours, you know. But my guest today, they're there, so I understand. Thank you so much for calling in. So, but you've made some points I wrote down. I'm going to be asking Mr. Sonny to further go further on that point, and hopefully you're still watching. You can still call back if you're not in agreement with what Mr. Sonny is going to be saying concerning the points you just said. Okay, thank you so much for calling in. And also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the number is pinned on your screen, so you can always call in to give your support. Because I cannot be reading messages, you know, because they are going very fast. So if I'm not seeing your message, I'm sorry if I'm not reading it out. But you can call in on WhatsApp on 0032493383118. So Mr. Austin just called in from Italy, and he said something about for women. He said women should look for who love them and not who they love. So Mr. Sonny, my guest, I want to ask you to elaborate on that. Are you in agreement with what Mr. Austin just said? Because I'm not, and I'm not giving my own opinion about it later on, but I want you to give your opinion on that. Do you think women should get married to those men that love them and not the men they as women love? Do you agree with that?
Well, first I want to thank Brother Austin. But also sorry if I wasn't smiling, sorry, just that I was really focused. When you were talking, I was listening, I was reading the comments. There are so beautiful comments that are coming in from your followers, JB. Trust me, the activities of those writing comments, they are writing amazing things that caught my attention. Wow. Well, to an extent,
I see you.
Yes, to an extent, there are some things I will agree with Brother Austin, and there are some things I will disagree. I'm sorry if you're a woman and you're listening to this, please, I'm sorry I'm going to hurt your feelings, but it's going to be the bitter truth. At a certain point, we are human beings. When we want to build each other, we have to be honest. We have to say the truth. We should not sugarcoat things because we are scared. It's better you tell somebody something painful. You tell somebody, he looks at it painful, but it's going to fix that person, if not now or tomorrow. Because what kills us because we sugarcoat things and we don't tell things because we're scared of hurting people. I'm coming. But I also say a lot of things that are true. But there are some things, there are some realities about women that we are all getting wrong, and we are putting our sisters in a very, very wrong track. Like from what Brother Austin was saying, if you look at it very well, the way the world has been molded, the world of relationship, the world of marriage, or the world of committed relationship, is as if not only woman supposed to assess man. Now only woman supposed to do good quality before the man will meet her, before he will qualify the man like he own match for your husband. It's like men do not have right to qualify a woman. Men do not have right to assess a woman. All this,
he didn't say that. Wait, he didn't say that.
I'm trying to explain something.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain something. It's like the women have to assess and the men know. The same way woman they think say, this is what I want in a man. Trust me, a man is also a human being. And men to have things they want in a woman. But this is just the problem. He made an example about a man, the woman having calls, abortion and stuff after another man having kids with the woman and stuff. The issue, trust me, 60% of fail out, of broken relationship, of relationship that did not work out well. Call it interest context or somebody had interest or whatsoever. It's just because a lot of our sisters, I'm just going to be honest with you, and a lot of people will feel bad about this. A lot of our sisters do not know how to differentiate what is desire and what is wanting. Desiring a man and wanting a man. Let's be honest. I will give you an example. There are women out there that desire to get married, they desire to be with a particular man because he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. They desire to be with a man in the house because they have attained a certain age. They desire to be with a man because they've achieved, they've been so independent, they've achieved a lot of things. They need a man figure in that house. There's a single mother with one child. She desires to have a man in the house to complete her circle and her status of a married woman. There's a woman who desires because she has her papers, she has everything. A man has to be there so she can have that respect, that social position out there in the community. Most of the time, they desire. What do you expect? You desiring having a man, you've brought him in your life. You are not even sure if that man desires you as well. It's going to be a problem. You desire the man, now he's in your life. You don't get born for him. And you expect somebody who doesn't want you to go along with those, your own constitution of love you've put in place because you desire him. It's not going to work. It will be difficult for you to tame such a man to play that responsible role in your life because that is not what he ever wanted. You meet a man, you want a man to be your husband. Does that man want you to be his wife? This is what they don't get straight. You might want a man to be your husband, but he desires you to be his girlfriend. But he doesn't want you. If their interest, that goes with it. When you desire him, even if he doesn't want you, because of the comfortability of what he finds himself in because you desire him, of course, he will go ahead and marry you. But deep in him, he doesn't want you. And such people will never treat you right because you are not the person he wants. He desires you. There are a lot of our brothers out there who get married together because they desire them, not because they want them. There are brothers out there because they even get you pregnant. You say, don't, but they say born. The fact they tell you, say, born that child doesn't mean because they want you also to be a wife. No, because it is, they have attained a certain age and a certain status. They desire to have a child.
True.
They get that desire. Men also have, that man get a desire for have a child. So don't get it twisted. Because he wants you to have that child, it doesn't mean you having that child is going to get married to you tomorrow. I'm sorry. But if he wants the child, find out if he wants you to. This is what we don't get. And when you go line up children for the man like football field, you don't want to put pressure for play a role of a responsible man of which he never wanted. Yes. It's not possible. Let's stop empowering our sister to take the wrong track. If you're at a certain point, you're dating somebody and that person wants you, make sure, if you want that person, make sure he wants you too. This is just the solution, the two words. Desiring somebody, person feels you, won't sleep with you. It just they look you lustfully, they desire you. It not means they won't marry. If I know you don't carry belly, maybe the benefits and interest, because if you be a good character person, if they desire all those things, he can, you know, they stress out. If they feel good around you, all those things he desires, but he doesn't want you.
Okay, let's come back to the question I asked earlier. You know, I'm going to explain it the way Austin said and try to put it in a figurative way that maybe we can understand. Now, for instance, a guy approaches a girl and that guy deeply loved this girl, right? Like he feels that is his wife to be, that's his future, that is, you know, when he sees this lady, he sees his life being complete and all, right? But this lady in question, when the lady sees him, she sees nothing that freaks her to or even connects her to him. She sees nothing that turns her on emotionally, mentally, physically to want to be with this person, right? Now, how would you explain such situation? Because Mr. Austin said earlier on that women should look for men who love them and not men that they as women love. For instance, I should marry a man who loves me and not a man that I love. So do you think that type of marriage will actually work? And also, if yes, why do you say so? And if no, why not?
Okay, JB, I will start with no. JB, no, okay. Because I will tell you something. Table don't turn. The table don't turn. If you get me? Because women have been so vulnerable, women have gone through a lot. The challenges, the heartbreaks, the setbacks, the betrayal, women have been through, their friends have been through, their neighbors have been through, people they know have been through. have reawakened a lot of knowledge inside women. A lot of women have empowered themselves with stories of other women. Women have built that security, that mental, emotional, social security, that security around their feelings, of which there are women out there who will not settle for less. Such a woman wants a man. She doesn't desire a man. So that man be the damn. All that love they choke and they choke and they choke and Jamie, most of the times, all that type of love choking somebody is not always real. A love, let me tell you something. Yes, let me tell you, let's be realistic. At a certain level of, from a theological explanation, I'm going to put it this way. Wait till you know about your feeling towards somebody. If you know why you love somebody, most of the times it's not real love. Okay. But if you don't know why you love somebody, it's always real.
You enter class. You enter class. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. You enter class.
Anything that has to do with the gifts of love, anything that has to do with the gifts of life, are things from God's own making. And anything that has to do with God, there are things we don't understand. So when you are in love with somebody, they ask me, say, but how you do they love that? I don't know my sister. I don't know what you guys do.
That kind of love.
You don't have an idea. But when you are guided already, I love the guys because he dresses, he talks good. What if he stops
has Louis Vuitton for Louis Vuitton?
All those things. What if he stops all those things? So it's better. So that's why I'm going to tell you that sister will not accept that brother's love is because it's a woman who knows her value, she knows her level. She will not settle for anything. If you like, you preach Romeo and Juliet. She knows what she wants. So even if such a marriage is being forced, most of the times, there are some women that go into such marriage because of now in the context of interest. She go in. She has what she wants. She wants a man, but you are coming with desires. It's not what she wants. But if there are things that go in line that will favor her, that should benefit from her, to an extent, we have our sisters who are almost getting close to menopause. They accept relationships, they accept marriage proposal because time no day. It don't calculate itself. In 4 years, I will hit menopause. The guy they come now, and I would like to born 3 children. If I accept her now, this year I go carry belly born, next year I go give my 4 people. Okay, I will marry her.
Sure, Austin.
Most of the time, those women desire those such men. They get themselves involved not because they want that man. And at the long run, such a relationship, it always scatter.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Make I ask you another question based on what Mr. Austin talked earlier on. You know, he said something about a lot of women nowadays, their attitude or the way they behave is due to how or what they've experienced with a man or how they were treated by a man or a relationship they were into, either marriage or just normal relationship, right? So now, what would you say about that? Would you say that, okay, that because a woman, she went through, let's say she went through abuse in a relationship, and because of that, she becomes so, you know, she don't trust anybody, she becomes very agitated when she sees a man and all that. Do you think it's a right thing for a woman to do, or do you think a woman, after going through all these things, she should come back, build herself up, and just let bygone be bygone? What would you say about that?
JB, there's something I'm going to tell you. A woman who is heartbroken, a woman who has been betrayed, a woman who has been cheated upon, the heat of anger in her, she's more than a witch in a Nigerian movie.
Jesus.
A woman who has been cheated on, a woman who has been betrayed, the heat and the wound of anger in her can turn her more deadly than a witch in a Nigerian movie. I will tell you something. This is a mistake we made. Yes, this is a mistake we made. At times, women, we are not rehabilitation centers. At times, you go into a woman's life, you think you're going as a lover, but you're going as a doctor to go cure another person in Wahala.
Hold on. Just hold on 1 minute. You said something just now. I want, before I continue, explain on that part, mental case matter. Why do you think so?
Because there are some women, women who have been betrayed, women who have been hurt. Most of the times, some men go into their lives like lovers, but they fail to understand that they are going there as doctors, as herbalists or traditional doctors to cure them. You are going to a woman's life to enjoy the good things, the good upbringing from a good home.
I better wait first. You said not the meta case you call her. Meta case. I better don't know. We don't wait. Meta case. Hey. Sako the case. Hey. Colometa. Colometa. Oh, Colometa. Hey. Hey, make I dance. Hey, Colometa. Hey. Colometa. Colometa. Okay, more person there. Continue.
So JB, most of the times, you will meet up a very responsible brother. He don't make up his mind for settle down. He don't make up his mind. He don't be ready for marriage. But this guy, he will go meet a girl where the girl never get over. She has not gotten over her past relationships. And it's very common with women. You don't meet a woman where get big wound for a heart and a liver, with the other ex-boyfriend liver. She's even walking like that is just by the grace of God. Her heart they don't destroy her, and her liver, they make her walk because of heartbreak.
Wow.
You're going into this girl's life. Are you going there as a doctor, a rehabilitation nurse, or you're going as a lover? You have to be very careful. When you date a girl, most of the times, she's too bitter about her ex. Be very, very careful. It's obvious that 90% of the good things you put on the table, the good things you bring or trying to make her see about the beauty of love, of your good intention, how visible, how transparent you are, she will take your past to joy because she's still hurt. And this is the fault of our sister. You're broken up from a relationship, you have not taken out time to heal. Most of the times, a lot of our sisters, they lose beauty, they lose real husbands, correct guys, just because they are not fully healed. They went into another relationship. And most of the time when they go into this relationship, it's not because they are ready for another relationship, but they just want to prove a point, either to that ex or to the community or to themselves.
Okay. Let me quickly ask you this one. Don't you think also as a man, when you approach a lady and this lady opens up to you telling you, Mikey, how are you doing? This lady opens up to you telling you, oh, I've been through a relationship, and in that relationship, I was abused emotionally, physically, or whatever, and deep down, not really healed. But you are approaching me and I really like you. Are you going to help me heal from and overcome those pains I've been through? Maybe the man start promising you here and there. But I don't think is also the job, partly the job of a man to help you get over the pains you were going through. For him, that he has to be a better version of where you're coming from for you to be able to heal faster. Don't you think so?
Most of the times, such relationship, that woman, and to an extent, there are things she will not be real with you because she always consider you as somebody who has helped. There will be this compensation feeling. Even there are things that, at a certain point, there are things she wants to tell you. She will not be honest with you just because she'll be like, no, I should not tell you this because you were there when I was hurt. You helped me. There's this compensation. And by compensating some of these acts and these actions, she's not helping that relationship. She's not being honest with you because you were there. She has that feeling of, oh, this guy be dealing with my heart.
She owe you a lot. You don't have to nag or something.
It's like it's a debt. But what I'm going to tell you is that it's risky. I will tell you the truth. Toyota not get anything to do with Peugeot car. Toyota car, it not get anything. They take Toyota compare Peugeot. Or you go take private jet, they compare Okada. No. If you had Okada before, the challenges you face with Okada, when you're having a plane, celebrate the plane. Forget about the Okada. Men are always by nature guided by women. And this is where women fail. You're heartbroken. A man comes into your life. By you telling that man, you can tell him that you had a very rough past relationship with your ex. Leave it there. He was not part of the relationship. He should not be part of the relationship. He should not be part of the history. He's new. It's a whole new page. Write his own story. What our sisters do when they are broken, heartbreaking from that relationship.
Well, let's keep this call. We'll come back to you. Hello, caller. Good evening to you. Where are you watching from?
Hello.
Hello, good evening to you. Please reduce what you're watching us with.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please reduce what you're watching us with.
Contribute.
Yes.
Yes, are you getting me now?
Yeah, but I can still hear myself talk. Please hold on. I can still hear myself talk in your background. So please reduce what you're watching us with so we can hear you. And where are you watching from?
So
what's your name? Now? Yes, I am. What's your name?
From Germany.
Okay, what's your name, please?
My name is Anne-Marie from Germany.
Anne-Marie, nice to talk to you. So let's hear you.
Okay, I want to contribute to this topic that this boy Eric is talking about.
Okay.
I think I will say I support him. If you are separated from your boyfriend or your husband, it's good that you should like take time to really, come out of the stress that you have with your boyfriend or your husband, so that you could be able to meet another man, to carry the anger that you are having with that man, to go and date another man. That would be not nice.
Okay.
So yeah. So I think that he's right.
Okay. Let me quickly ask you this question as a woman. Yeah. When a guy approaches you and tells you he loves you, and if you, on your part, you don't love this guy, would you still go ahead to date him or get married to him because you feel he loves you?
I won't, because I need to have a feeling also to that guy.
Why do you think you have to have feelings for the guy for you to date him?
Somebody that I love the person. Why? What for?
Okay.
I think if this thing is something that is going both sides.
Okay.
I have feelings for you and you have to have feelings for me. But I think if I don't love a guy, I don't have a reason I don't see a reason that I want to marry the guy.
Okay. Thank you
regardless
so much.
to what the guy feels for me.
Yes. And now let me quickly ask one last question as a woman now, because my guest is a guy and a lot of guys have been calling in. So as a woman, my first story I talked about the lady whose fiance told her to pull off all her teeth and get an artificial teeth just because he loved his periwinkle being done with gums and not teeth. As a woman, if you were engaged to such a guy and he tells you to go pull your teeth just to prove that you really love him, will you do that?
I will not do that, because actually that's not love. The guy did not love me. For you to ask me, can that guy also do that same thing to me? So I won't do that, because I think love is genuinely. From the beginning of the relationship, did that guy tell that girl that he loves this type of thing? Why is it that after you engage somebody, you started giving that person condition? No, there is no condition in a marriage. That's not love.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Okay, I appreciate you, darling. Okay, bye for now. Mr. Eric, you they smile. Okay, give me a reason why you they smile, because we don't hear for woman version. Please, women in the house, please, I want you to call in. We still have like 20 minutes before we round off this episode of Is Jebby on Air. So please, because the men are calling in, we're getting opinions from the men angle. Let's hear from the women as well. So why are you laughing, Mr. Eric?
Yeah, I was laughing because that took me back to what Brother Austin from Italy called, and he was talking about. We have this issue in our community, which these are words that if you don't take out of your relationship, these are what you don't take out of your life, these are words you don't take out of your circle, it will destroy you. People. A relationship is built with two people, and it constitutes just two souls with two hearts, two intentions, either with interest or no interest. It concerns two hearts, two souls. It's obvious there will always be interest. We always tend to look at, when we talk of relationship in the diaspora, when we talk of interest, we look at money papers. There are also women that get married to people with hidden agendas, with hidden interests. Interest not only supposed to be material things. There are women that a woman will get married to you just because she wants to portray herself out there as a married woman. That was her interest.
The ring.
That was her own interest. We don't tend to talk about all those things. But this issue of people, like I'll come back to the issue of interest. There will always be interest, in as much as we are human beings. Human beings differ from person to person. And we all have our own objectives and purpose when it has to come with life. We have our own dreams, our vision. It's difficult for two individuals from two different backgrounds, or two different wombs, with two different purposes in life to come together to commune and live as one soul. They have their own hidden agendas and interests, which is very obvious. But there is no problem at that level. When people come together with interests, it's okay. But when the interests are put on the table and managed in a collective way by the two of them to realize to protect those interests is good. When you go into, for me, when you go into marriage with a constructive interest towards somebody or towards that marriage, in as much as you are realizing that interest and you don't intend to run away from that marriage, either when the interest has matured or not, there is no problem. You are just human. Okay. If you have the intention to mature the interest, then you want to leave, then at that level, there is a problem. Everybody get interest. JD, person go ask you marry. You say, I won't marry you because you have what really interests you in that person, or you have something you want to gain from there, which is that person's not owned.
Let me ask you that question now, because you got married not quite long. I want to ask you this, because Mr. Austin also said this. I'm picking point from what he said earlier on. He said nowadays men do think that they are doing women favor by marrying them. So when you asked your wife to marry you, do you think you were doing her a favor? And it's also true that this belief that men do believe that when they ask a woman to marry them, they're doing the woman a favor, not that they're doing it for love, but just like, I want to help your life. I've heard a lot of men saying this to their women, like, I want to help you make a marriage more for grant. They talk to me and you know, go humble yourself. This type of talks. Do you think is supposed to be so? And also, when you got married to your wife, are you doing her a favor, or she was doing you a favor by accepting your engagement ring?
No. When I got married to my wife, I was not doing her any favor. And on the contrary, I looked at it as she's doing me a favor to make myself.
Clap for yourself. The class. Vicky, she don't marry. Well done.
I looked myself as I needed somebody to do me that favor to build me. The definition of a man, the definition of a real man, the definition of a husband is a woman will be there to build you. That is the definition of a man. And if there is no woman to complete that definition, you have not met that person. So when you look at it as you're getting married to somebody to build you, you'll always be on path. You will value that person. The resources, the everything that person is putting in line to make sure that relationship works, to build that foundation, you will cherish and value because you look at it as you need her, not as she needs you. I believe, and I know my wife, my same ideology about me, seeing her as a tool to build me up, that's how she sees me too. And that has built our values for all these years. And that makes us think from the same angle. And it's difficult for us to disagree because we look upon each other to build ourselves. I expect her to build me because I am not a mirror. I'm a reflection of God's image. I don't see myself. She sees me. She sees my faults. She sees my goods. She sees what I'm weak in, what I'm strong at. But I see her. So what I see in her, I needed me to complete me. And what she sees is me, she needs me to complete her.
Wow, so thank you so much. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are just joining in, you've missed a lot. I want you, after the end of this video, you should go back and rewatch this video. You're going to learn one or two things from it. Trust me. And also, I've got a lot of callers who have called in today to give their own opinion, and also their wise ideas when it comes to our topic on ground today. Don't forget, my guest today is no other person but Mr. Sonny Eric. He's a married man, he's a father, he's a husband, he's a marriage counselor as well, he's a director, he's an actor. Not what they do. If I would, he do everything. He's my business partner as well, but we never know which business we'll start. And we've been talking about why do Africans find it difficult to find a compatible partner for marriage here in diaspora, or we say in Europe or abroad? Because a lot of people, they always tell you, now real love, now Nigeria day, now Africa day. Back in the days, you say you love somebody, you don't go think and twice. But when somebody tell you for you saying love, you think twice. What do you get when this person not get when you work carry for your body? You know, these are the things we're talking about. We've talked about people giving you, you know, or relationships where there are conditions. And Mr. Eric have said rightly that if you are in a relationship and you are conditioned in that relationship, then please reassess yourself and reassess that relationship, because love.
Jebby, let me not cut you short, Jebby. Sorry, let me not cut you short. I see you're almost at the end of the program. They are just.
No, I'm not done because I still have 2 questions to ask you. All right, I'm just trying to.
There are some 2 points here before you come. I'm sorry. There are some 2 points here. Yes, I just want to tell somebody out there about this. And I know a lot of those who are really men of God, prayer of God, they will come after me, but I'm just going to tell you how it is. Okay. There are 2 things I'm going to tell our sisters and our brothers to do. They should take very, very serious. They should take it. They should consider.
Let me cut you there for 1 minute too. Let me cut you there for 1 minute. That's going to be when that's going to be your closing remark. So don't rush it. Just wait. Okay. Let me anchor the program. All right. Okay. I know you want to give your wise. You know, you get the sense. Wait, chill. We'll get there. All right. Okay. So, like I was saying, Mr. Eric is a father, a husband, a counselor, a business partner, but we don't know the business one we'll do together. A director, is an actor as well, a motivational speaker. He does a lot of things. If for those of you who don't know him, trust me, he's one of the finest of Cameroon, you know. And if you live in Belgium, you go there, yeah, it may not be new thing. Okay, and that being said, we've talked about a lot of things. We've touched branches, we've talked about the major roots of it all. And before I will let Mr. Eric go, I'm going to be asking you 1 question, then I'm going to give you the platform for 5 minutes to say everything you want to say before we round off today's episode. So my last question for you today, from my angle, is what are because a lot of men always say, we did for this thing, we're not the same, like this will not be wife material. I'm not the same what I want for this girl. Now that other babe, that make I date 3 girls to know which one be my wife. All right. So what are those things that men look for in a woman when they're trying to settle down? What are those things you think? Can you list them out for every other person out there to be able to learn from it?
Well, JB, I'm very, very sorry to contradict your question, to disappoint you. Any man who looks things in a woman is not a serious man.
Okay. So when you're going to get married,
I quote again. Any man who looks things, who looks and expects to see things in a woman is not a serious man. But a man who's a serious man finds and discovers things. A man who finds that is a serious man. I will explain.
Okay.
When you put yourself in the position of those men who look for things, those men who expect to see things, those are men who are categorized under the category of men who desire. They have their desires. They have what they are looking for. You understand? They have what they are looking for. But when a man who finds, a man who discovers, that is a man who wants a woman. So when you meet a guy talk to you, I they look for so, I they look why, they look for why, whom away do like no, he's not serious. He's looking for it. The question is, when he sees them, what next?
Oh wow, I've learned something actually.
But a man who finds something in a woman, when he finds it, like you don't lose money. When you find out, you finally settle for that thing because you have found what you are looking for. So when you really want to meet a wife, find a wife material in that woman.
Yeah, lovely. Congratulations on the birth of your baby.
When you want to meet a real woman, find a wife in that woman. And before you find a wife in a woman, you have to find a husband in you. Before you want to meet a serious girl, you have to be serious with your own self. But if you are looking for those things, the question is, when they look, you finally meet what next? What we are looking for your thing. Most of the times, that is why when there are some guys that will go after these girls, they go toast you for years. He's looking for something. When they go sleep with you, he start to act funny. You don't call and they carry phone. You they meet and they shun you. You they talk to you, they root for you because what he was looking for, he has seen it, he had tasted it. What next? The next curiosity in him comes up again. He starts looking for it. But when a man is finding, when he finds something, he settles for it. So if anyone who
discovers and settles, but when he's finding,
anyone who is serious will find. And when he finds it, he will settle. But before you have to find it, you have to find yourself. You have to discover yourself to be able to find that thing. But if you want to look, you will look, you meet it, you will see it. What next? The next desire will come up for you to search again.
Bravo, bravo. So now I'm going to give you 5 minutes to round up the whole discussion the way you want it before I conclude on my...
Okay, Delia, thank you for giving me the opportunity to bring out this. This is something very, very important we have to know in our community, especially in the diaspora. I'm just calling the attentions of our sisters out there. A lot of our sisters today are single mothers. They are in divorce procedures. They are in separate homes. They are broken marriages just because I've mentioned about the influence of the community. Don't allow the community to push you to go marry somebody you are not ready for. Just because it's not a crime to be single and be happy. And don't settle for less. Know your worth. And what I wanted to say again, the rule of the church, especially in the diaspora, has destroyed a lot of lives of our brothers and sisters. Those who think the men of God and pastors are the mouthpiece of God to validate they validate a husband in a man to give to you. You have to be very, very careful. We have our sisters there. If you meet a man, try to discover that man. Try to find that husband in that man. Don't try to study that man, because when you go meet your pastor about a man, that means you are also recruiting your pastor to study your husband for you, which is that's not the work you should be doing. Go close to the man, try to discover that husband in that man. That should be your assignment. Your own view, your own vision or thoughts about the type of man you want to have in your life, it's not the same way your pastor will analyze the type of man he will see in that person. You should be very, very careful. These are just ordinary people like you and me. And always the explanation, the decision of a man of God on choosing a spouse for you might also be influenced by the crisis the church is facing. You have to be very careful.
This topic that you bring, so I will bring pastor next week. Make talk on this topic. So
you have to be very
we'll break table. You'll bring the hammer.
You have to be very careful. If you don't meet you have to be very, very careful. So try to find out your partner. Don't like studying him. Then the last part I wanted to say again is that those who are in abusive relationships, the church of today, because of the problems some of men of God abroad are conscious that we Africans and we are facing as challenges and problems, be it paper, childlessness, fruit of the womb, marriages. These people are conscious and they are taking up to this to hold us captives as members of their church and controlling our lives, our social lives, our private lives, our relationship lives. These people are not God's secretaries.
But hold on. These people are not God's secretaries. In brackets, church / pastor.
They are not God's secretaries.
Now you talk about.
Yeah, they are honestly, they are not God's secretaries. Okay. You understand? You will see a sister or brother will be in an abusive relationship. The wife not respect your husband. You don't respect your husband, you cheat on him. You do things out there. You don't carry yourself around in the community as a married woman. He talks to you, you don't want to listen. But most of the times, because you're affiliated to a church, our churches nowadays and our men of God, a lot of them destroy people and marriages. You know, JB, as a pastor, between these two couples who are married and are members of this church, you are conscious as a man of God from what you have seen. They are not compatible.
Hey! Not me talking about. I'm just shouting. Let me just continue.
You know they are not compatible. You are conscious. You see from every indication that these people, there is no love. But because you want to protect the image of your church,
yes, and the image, yes.
You don't want to make tithes coming in reduce for church, or because you don't want people. Somebody other churches should hear that these people in this church, they don't separate,
they don't marry. Yeah.
For the interest of the church, a lot of our marriages and relationships have been sacrificed.
Now you are hitting the nail on the head, but I don't have hammer to knock it down. But I will bring the pastor next week to knock the nail down, knock it down.
To tell you that, my brother, to be honest with you, that my brother, my sister, this will not fight don't be too much. You get anger. This man a calm man. You don't want change. Please, it's not working. Go your separate ways. The men of God will not tell you, the church will not tell you, because they want to protect the image of the church on a sacrifice of your relationship. And your Lord. Brother Mikey says, I'm not.
Let's pick this last call for 1 minute. Please, caller, just 1 minute, all right? Hello, caller, just 1 minute, because it's just 5 minutes before my rounding off time, and 10 o'clock dot, I'm out of here. So 1 minute, I'm giving it to you, caller. So let's hear you.
Okay, sorry. One thing I really want to correct.
Please talk louder, please.
The issue of when you talked about this love of the dog. Do you know it is a woman and a man is just like when you say an automatic car and a manual car. You see, it is so easier when it comes about turning on for a woman to turn a man on. All she just needs to do is just look nice or open herself up. But for a man to put a woman on, the man has to do a whole lot of work, because the woman, you need to. That's the more reason why it was given to the man to love the woman. If a man doesn't love you as a woman, now big work. That's the reason why you see some women, when man will come near them.
Yeah.
You understand? Because see, a woman is built to live under the atmosphere of love. Just like when you put fish for water, you come on fish for water, go there. If you don't expect, a man can only be committed to the woman he loves. But for a woman, treat a woman well. You know the woman will stay with you just because of everything you are doing. It will just be there, will be there because she's getting everything. Okay. God will create everything. We put on that, you know what. Okay. And for this aspect, we just talked about this marriage of the thing. The church has contributed to most of the failed marriages in Europe more than anything.
Mark will not discuss on this church matter, because this is my topic for next week. Mark will not bring the cat out of the bag or the bag out of the cat.
We are here to learn. It's true what is saying.
You know the work. About now drug or one thing. You allow a decent young lady to marry her just because you want to make them marry. And sometimes you go to them. When I came here, the first time I came here, not even up to a year and 6 months here, the first thing was a pastor was telling me, this sister is nice. Why don't you just marry her? This is that.
Linking up, sorry. Yeah, linking up. Yeah, linking up, man. You want to link up, man, my brother. Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. You are doing well. Fantabulous.
You see, brother, we never felt when they live in life, they go, you know, they do anything, you want to carry one the way you know, say, my brother, your daughter, put down for
you understand, innit? Augustine, when we stop here, because my time not there. But next week, if I don't miss my program next week, you will break table and share. It's all right. Thank you so much. He said, don't ask something. This is my daughter. Yeah, and it's good for you. The Lord said. We will do the Lord said next week. Don't worry. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining, a lot. I would love us to continue, but I'm going to be working tomorrow. Mr. Sonny is going to be working tomorrow as well. And you know my program is just 2 hours. So Mr. Sonny, just one minute. I'm timing you, and your time start now. 1 minute, round off your speech. 1 minute.
Yeah. Love who love you, like who like you. Just love who they love you and like who like you. Allow the future to decide what will come out of it.
Okay, and one word for Madam, because Madam let you give you permission to take on my platform. So one word for her, from you to her. I'll tell my own from me to you to her.
Well, I just want to thank God for allowing her soul to penetrate my own soul and bring all the good things to life.
Love is sweet too. In fact, hold on. You know, before we go, I'm going to be playing just one song, and this song is dedicated to you, your wife, and to every married couple out there. Okay, let's enjoy it. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your wife, tell her this song is for both of you. Hey, hey. Why you love me? I don't know. That's what you said earlier on, and that's the song. Hey, all the Yorubas in the house. Don't not translate. Hey. Hey. Are you hearing? In fact, some people is complaining on the hear. I'm not wait, make a volume and phone. I'm not listen to them. I'm come 1 minute. This is our closing song. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Hey.
Nice music.
Hey. Show Mr. Eric some love. Show him some love for his wife, so I can give it to his wife. Show some love, guys. If you've been touched today, show some love to him. Hey. As I dey pray. As I dey sing, as I dey pray. Love me too much. Why you love me? No. Love me. Love me too much.
Thank you.
Why you love me so?
Thank you.
Why Vicky love you? We don't know. Why you love Vicky? We don't know. Hey, love me. Hey. Love me. Hey. Giving me love, giving me hope, giving me joy, give me happiness. Okay, now so now. For now, I go dance. I'm already sweating. So, Mr. Sonny, thank you so much for being my guest today. I really appreciate you. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with all of us. And thank you for gracing my platform. You don't say. Thank you so much. And my regards to the beautiful wife, Vicky. Tell her I appreciate her. I love her so much. I see the word book now invite back on chop. The food are not for the marriage, back on chop for house.
You're welcome. Thank you
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
You too. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful night rest and bye for now.
Bye.
Okay, bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, if you came late, go back, rewind, watch them again, because at the end of the day, they say nobody did not finish. A lot of things I've talked tomorrow, they'll say, Jebi to get sense. Why I know get sense when they less of kind things? They pick like this. Mr. Austin called, Mr. Ijo called, Animari called. I pick sense from everywhere. I put down together. I can't give you my original version. That's why that. So, guys, please don't forget, love those who love you genuinely, appreciate them, and also if you are in a situation or you're just coming out from an abusive relationship, make sure you've healed genuinely before going to another one. I've told you this before severally. You know, if you are a lady and you were hurt in another relationship, if you enter a new one with that same mindset, that same pain, you will be transferring your aggression to that other new person, and that relationship cannot work, because before you move one, you go think two. You will say, okay, now waiting my ex do not want to do so. It no go work. So because of that, heal yourself first. It might take time, can take a year or two, but be healed first, genuinely from your heart. You know, okay, you're ready to move on to a new one before you continue. Don't forget, my name is Jebby Love. Follow me on Instagram, Jebby Love. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jebby Love. And also follow my page, Jebby TV, if you've not done that. And for those of you wondering why I'm doing my live stream here on this platform, is because on the other platform, on the page, Facebook, I've not allowed video calls. In course, I don't know why they changed their settings, but we're waiting and hoping very soon they will do that so we can be bringing our guests to our page. I love you guys so much. My name is Jebby Love. Thank you so much for joining me. And for those of you who shared this video, thank you so much. God will bless you. Your blessings, angels will share and give you for free of charge in the name of Jesus. And for those of you who have not shared this video, hurry and share it so that angels will bless you too. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Gina, Mikey's, Pazino, Tracy went all the way from Spain. Austin, thank you for calling in. Prince Ejo, Finance OAP of Germany. Thank you so much, Finance DJ of Belgium, DJ 2 Mice. Thank you so much for everyone who have participated in one way or the other today. I appreciate you. Festus, thank you so much. And Gina, thank you. Kingsley, thank you. Bright, thank you. Who else? Native River, thank you. Philo, thank you. And Native River. Your river na native. Wow. Okay, Native River. If there's a local river, thank you too. If there is international river, thank you too. Evelyn, thank you so much. Blackie Ida, thank you so much. Marie, thank you. Blessing, thank you. Thank you so much. Our F Sasa, thank you so much. For those of you I was not able to read your comments, I'm so sorry. Next time try to call in to contribute, because you know I can't be reading comments because it was just going very fast. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful night rest, and I wish you a new beautiful week ahead. Because from tomorrow is a new month. So from the day when new month starts, now be new week for me. So may I pray that the month of July will go well for you. And this pandemic that's happening right now, it will not affect you, it will not affect your loved ones, it will not come near your dwelling in the name of Jesus. And also don't forget, wise up. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Some people are like, what do you mean? Don't be stupid in love. Don't be stupid in business. Don't be stupid in your career. Don't be stupid in your day-to-day activities. Wise up, open your eye, look very well. Now the government have opened their borders and everything. You want to travel smart. Think very well. Is it necessary? Do I have to be there? If you don't have to be there, don't go. Don't do it because your friends are doing it, because you don't know what is there. All right. Secondly, also, they're doing night party, housewarming and everything. If you know you don't really have to be there, don't go. If you know you don't trust that circle, don't go, because you can trust yourself. You know, okay, you are clean, you are okay, you don't have the virus. But the party, the people they are inviting, don't know who have the virus there. Please don't do it. For those of you who are working in the health sector, you know definitely that this thing is killing a lot of people. We're seeing a lot of things day in and day out. It's scary. But those people who have not experienced it, they've not seen somebody experiencing it, they don't understand. They think it's just a fake thing. It's not really happening, but it's real, all right? COVID-19 is real. Be careful. Wash your hands. Take a bath. Mind where you go to. Mind where you eat. Always make sure you have your mask with you and your hand gloves if necessary. And if you go to a public place, make sure you put on your face mask on, all right? Protect your children. Protect your loved ones. Protect yourself by doing the right thing. God bless you and keep you safe. Bye for now. Next week, I'm going to be having a very, 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 very nice and controversial elder is going to be talking about this topic about the church and marriage. All right. So don't miss out. Join me next week and God bless you. Bye, bye, bye.